Hey YouTube, Sandy Frank here. This week's episode of Hobby Talk, I wanted to talk about the Scarlet and Violet era of Pokemon. I do kind of like an update video on what I think of the different booster boxes that have come out, especially since the 151 set has really kind of blown up here recently. A lot of people, I don't know if a lot of people, but there's been some big buyouts on stuff, and it's caused the prices of 151 to spike, and it is definitely the best set of all the Scarlet and Violet era, but it is also a specialty set that did not have actual booster boxes. But with that set getting hot, it seems like it's floating up all the other Scarlet and Violet boxes, and I just wanted to go through some of them, tell you what they're selling for right now, if I think those are good prices or what. So first one we'll talk about is the base set of Scarlet and Violet. This was the first of the Scarlet Violet block. These boxes have almost always been pretty readily available for under $100. Now it seems like they're going for a 107 is the TCG player price right now for these. And guys, if you're wanting to buy Pokemon stuff to keep sealed, I recommend booster boxes, mainly because they don't take up a ton of space, and you get 36 packs. And also, a sealed booster box normally gives you, a certain number of ultra rares and the hit type cards, where like ETBs, they're just kind of random packs, and there's only like 8 or 9 packs in an ETB. Other products, you're not like guaranteed a certain number of hits, where in a booster box there's no guarantees, but you usually get a good solid number of hits. And I mean, 36 packs is kind of hard to beat as far as like just sheer packs. So Scarlet and Violet, the base set, I think 107. I believe that's still below the suggested retail price of Scarlet and Violet, so that's a pretty good price. I will say the set is not that exciting. There's no like really huge chase cards, and the pull rates are not really tough to get certain cards that you're looking for. But it is like the first set of the Scarlet and Violet era. A lot of people will need to buy this stuff when they're playing the game and wanting to play the Scarlet and Violet era, because it has a lot of the main playing cards. So let's see, put them like this. Oh, we go like this. That way you can see the side. All right, so the second set that came out, Paldea Evolved. This set is really good. I think it's gotten, for a long time, it was the best set to come out in Scarlet and Violet, but it's gotten surpassed by some recent sets as far as like exciting and fun to open. It's still very fun to open. A lot of great hits. It's got one of the top cards that people are looking for nowadays, that Magikarp illustration rare. You've got Iono. It's a great set. Lots of really cool Pokemon and a lot of really nice chase cards. So that's Paldea Evolved. Right now it's going for about $136 a box, which I think is a very good price. It has always been a lot higher than the other boxes, and I was lucky enough to get it on release, but I should have bought more. I only have, I believe, 2 boxes of this, and it never has like dipped down to a really cheap price. Now what I do is I usually buy 2 boxes of each booster box, and then if stores start panicking and wanting to dump product, I will go back in and buy it when it goes below the pre-sale prices. I've done that on several sets and picked up a few more boxes. But Paldea Evolved never dropped back down, so I was never able to go back and get more really cheap. But 136 is a really good price, I think, for such a great set. Okay, the third set that came out was Obsidian Flames. This set now is going for $128 a box, which is a huge uptick in price, because this was for a long time the cheapest box. I was able to get, like I was just talking about, stores were dumping this, trying to move it back when, maybe a year ago, and you could get deals of this box around $80 a box, and I picked up several boxes at the cheaper prices. And I like this set, especially if you can get really cheap, because it is a Charizard based set. You have these the crystallized Charizards in this set. The chase cards are not super tough to pull, but sets traditionally that have a lot of Charizards in it appreciate very well. Now, guys, don't take any of this as investment advice. I'm just giving you my opinions on these Pokemon sets, especially since this is a Hobby Talk video. And sometimes on Hobby Talk, I like to give little tips and stuff of what my strategies and stuff, which they've worked pretty decent for me in the past. So I'm just kind of sharing some of my thoughts on them. So, but definitely don't take this as investment advice or whatever. But at $128 a box is what it's going for now. I think this set could dip back down, because that seems a little bit high to me for that set. But it is a Charizard based set. All right, the fourth set that came out. Now, again, these are only sets that have booster boxes. If you can get yourself some 151, I definitely would get hold of that, especially if you get it like retail price. That's going to be always going to be the best set of this entire Scarlet and Violet era. It's a phenomenal set. It's nostalgic because it has the 151 original Pokemon. Just a fantastic set. Okay, so now let's go back to our main topic here. Paradox Rift. This was the fourth main set. These boxes, I was able to add another one that people or stores kind of panicked and tried to dump off. I was able to get some other boxes really cheap. This is now going for $112 a box, which places it the third cheapest of all the booster boxes that you can get. And it's not a terrible set, I don't think. It just doesn't have cards that people are chasing super hard right now. But I think it's definitely better than the base set, the Scarlet and Violet base set. And I actually would rate it ahead of the Obsidian Flames, pound for pound. You take out the Charizards from Obsidian Flames, and this set would be way better. But I think it's a good deal. 112, the way everything's floated up since 151's blown up, it feels like that's a pretty good price, because that is still below the suggested retail original price. Alright, the next set, the fifth set that came out in the Scarlet and Violet block, is Temporal Forces. These boxes go for $122 a box now. I was able, another set I was able to pick up a couple extra boxes of. I will mention that this set I think is very underrated. It's got some really good chase cards in it. I just think it's really solid. And the price at $122 is a little bit higher than you might expect, because it just came out recently and stores try to dump it, but this one does have a little more to it than some of the other sets. There's a lot of really nice cards to chase in this set. A lot of nice illustration rares and stuff like that. So I feel like $122 is not a terrible price for that. Alright, now the next set, the sixth set of the Scarlet and Violet era, is the old Twilight Masquerade. Now this one is without a doubt the hottest of all the sets that have come out in the Scarlet and Violet era. As far as prices being expensive, it's by far the most expensive booster box at $169. And I guarantee you that Pokemon, the way they do things, they will be reprinting this set, which makes me think, don't spend $169 right now for this set. Wait for a reprint, and anytime there's a reprint, no matter how good the set is, the box prices will drop down. It's just the way it goes. There'll be stores trying to dump it. There'll be, $169 for a set this new is too expensive. So definitely don't spend that much. Don't panic. Don't get FOMO. The Pokemon Company does not let their new sets become super expensive, because they need the game players to be able to get the game. Now this set, what it has going for it is the Greninja Special Illustration Rare. Definitely the most expensive card. As far as I know, it's the most expensive card in the Scarlet and Violet era so far. I don't have one. The pull rates around this time when this set came out got really tough. Like, they're really easy in the first few sets, and they've gotten really tough in the later sets as Pokemon started realizing that people enjoy chasing hard to chase cards or hard to pull cards. So the pull rates of that card are very tough. So, and it's an interesting set. You have a lot of these masked Pokemon, but the main reason this set is so expensive is because it's got that Greninja Special Illustration Rare, which I would love to pull, and hopefully will someday. So that set, it's going to get reprinted, guys. I can almost assure you. Don't overspend to get a box. I definitely would suggest, if you, I think the single, even if they do a reprint, it's not going to all of a sudden be super easy to pull. That card is always going to be tough, and it's a good single to buy, I think, if you can get a good deal and a nice minty one. All right, the 7th set. Are we at 7? The 7th set is Stellar Crown. Now this one just recently came out. I haven't heard a lot of positive or negative about it, but it is tied with Scarlet and Violet as the cheapest box that you can get. But that makes sense because it just recently came out, and I had a chance to buy some more of this at a below $100, and I passed. Just because there's a lot of stuff that's come out recently, like sorcery, some magic sets that I wanted to get some boxes of, baseball cards with 2024 baseball stuff heating up. I did not follow through and buy more, but if it drops below 95 to 100 around there, I definitely will look at picking up a couple more boxes, just because this is below suggested retail price, even at 107. So that brings us to one of the main reasons I'm doing this video, and that's Surging Sparks, the 8th set of the Scarlet and Violet era. And my thoughts on that set. That'll be the first set. I'm talking about Surging Sparks. It's a Pikachu based set. I'm really excited for it. And this is the first set that I was not able to get a pre-order on. I was able to get pre-orders on all these other sets. And it's frustrating because, the pre-order prices are always really good. And I missed out on that quick little window. And I didn't realize how hot this set was going to be. Right now, booster boxes of Surging Sparks are going for $144. And a lot of it is, again, there's an expensive card. There's a Pikachu Special Illustration Rare. Of course, everybody's going to want to pull it. It's going to have similar effects of Twilight Masquerade, where people are ripping boxes looking for that card. The word is it's a really good set, too. So Don't give in to FOMO. I'm not going to give in to FOMO. I know Surging Sparks is going to have a nice reprint, and they're going to reprint Twilight Masquerade and Surging Sparks, no doubt. They'll probably be reprinting all these sets in Scarlet and Violet, but don't give in to the FOMO. 144, I'd have to say, is definitely too high for a set that hasn't even officially come out yet. It reminds me kind of when the last Pokemon big boom in 2020, when Vivid Voltage came out. That was another Pikachu based set, the Chunky Chew. Here he is right here. Chunky Pikachu. When that set came out, it released at above the suggested retail price, and I bought some. I'm glad I did at the time, but now that box is less than what it first came out as, because it got reprinted over and over again because people loved it. Pokemon is not dumb. They know that if a box price is getting rising up and selling out, they're going to make more. There's no such thing as first editions in Pokemon anymore. I mean, that was back in the early 2000s. So they'll print more Surging Sparks. When they do the reprint, that's when you go in and buy some boxes. I will just be patient and wait for the reprint, for prices to come back down. I'll swoop in, get a couple boxes, maybe 4, because I think it's a really good set. Because I really do. My favorite Pokemon is Pikachu, so I feel like a set with a really nice chase, really tough to pull Pikachu would be worth keeping a couple extra boxes. So those are my thoughts. What do you guys think? What are the boxes that you think are the best buys? Did you get on the pre-order prices of Surging Sparks? What do you think of my strategies? Let me know in the comments. So again, I think the best buy out of all of these boxes, if I had to pick one at the prices that they are right now, and we went through all the prices, I'd probably say Paldea Evolved. Even at 136, it feels like that is still the best deal out of all these, because that's a box that's never come down really cheap, and I've been watching for a long time. Probably the next best deal, keep an eye out for Stellar Crown. People might panic, or I'm not saying people, like stores that have a lot of inventory might panic, trying to get rid of some inventory to buy new stuff. You might find some Stellar Crown at a really good deal. Also, Paradox Rift and Temporal Forces, I think, are both really good buys, because I think they have a lot of upside, especially if the rest of the Scarlet and Violet sets come out or come up in price. Those are lower than it feels like they're lower than they should be. And probably the one that's the most overpriced would be Twilight Masquerade, because I guarantee you there'll be a reprint coming. And Surging Sparks. Don't give in to FOMO on either one of those sets. They're so new. They will get reprinted and the price will come down. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Later.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night.